Live from the New England seacoast and sunny Mexico, it's time for Channel Reviews. Please welcome your fabulous hosts, Mr. Dee, Nimmin, and Daniel Batal.
Good morning, Mr. Dee Nimmin. How you doing today, pal?
It's nighttime here. It's 11:30 p.m. in Asia. How's everybody doing? How's the Streamyard community doing? How is the battalions doing? And how is the Nimminati? I can't even say it.
Words
I'm
are
jacked
hard.
up on coffee.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Mr. Batal, why don't you tell everybody what we're doing today and what we're giving away?
Well, today we are doing the live Channel Reviews Game Show here on the Streamyard channel. And what we do is we actually use the Streamyard giveaway tool that Dee will demonstrate. It'll pop a word up on screen, and all you need to do is type exactly what you see on screen into the chat. And the Streamyard giveaway tool will pull someone right from the chat. You only need to type it once, and that person, we will bring them up, we will find their channel, and then we have a wheel that we're going to spin, the wheel of best practices, to see which best practices you may have employed on your channel and which you may be missing. And the best 2 out of 3, if you get 2 out of 3 hits, you get them, you move forward into the final round. If you get 2 out of 3 wrong, then we're going to skip and go to the next round. But anyone who wins along the way, because this is different ways to win, we have free slices of merch on the wheel. We have a wheel spin at the end for the final winner. Gets to pick merch right from the Streamyard catalog of merchandise and things like these fantastically huge and awesome coffee cups, t-shirts. We've got great hoodies, all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, well said. By the way, just a little personal note here. Get the mug if you can. These things are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, the word that I put up on the screen right now is Streamyard. That's obviously who we're streaming with right now. And if you're wondering how we're putting this up on the screen, because this is going to randomize, right? Everybody's going to type in the word StreamYard. This is going to randomize and choose a winner. Every StreamYard user has this tool. It is the giveaway tool. You can get to it by going to streamyard.com/giveaway. And all of this is completely random. So for those of you who are like, this isn't fair, I'm never picked, it's completely random. All you have to do is put in the word, and this word is going to change every time. Sometimes I'm going to be flashing the word on the screen in advance. So pay attention. Mr. Batal, you ready?
I'm always ready. I was born ready.
Who do we have on Timpani today?
We have our good friend Geraldo right up here from the great state, the great state of Maine. Did you know that Geraldo was from Maine?
I didn't know that. I would
told
never
me this
guessed.
morning. Let's spin this thing.
Let's do it. Who's it going to be? Ooh, Zach, how you doing, buddy?
Aaron's House of Legos. Aaron's House of Legos. Let me find Aaron.
All right, Aaron. So Daniel's going to pull you up, and we're going to spin the wheel, and the wheel decides what we're going to look at first with your channel.
Absolutely. Okay, here is Aaron's channel. Subscribe for Lego videos. All right.
All righty.
So let me do this. Let's pull up the wheel. Here is our wheel. Let's spin it and see what it is we're going to look at. This is always my favorite part. The first wheel spin of the day. Gets me excited.
By the way, there is an eliminated slice on that wheel.
By the way, there is also a free spin on that wheel too, so we're going to add a free spin to Aaron, so if he happens to strike out before he advances, he's going to have one extra spin to add in there, which I guarantee I will forget about and Megan will remind me.
And I'll
Let's
probably
spin that thing again. What do we got? Whoa, what was that noise? I'm going to hit all
Now,
the
Mr.
buttons.
Batal, I thought we removed chapters.
It seems like every time I remove chapters, it comes back.
It comes back. Should
I'm
we
gonna
just
skip
spin
it.
it one more time?
Yeah, one more time. I'm just into the spin today, apparently.
I swear we're going to choose something.
I have deleted that chapter slice 3 times, and it keeps
I
coming
know,
back.
it keeps coming back.
I thought I was going to go right to advance.
All right, end screen. Look, there we go.
End screens, Dee, could you tell the people here in the chat and in the replay what we mean by end screens and why they might be important for growing your YouTube channel?
Absolutely. When we're talking about end screens, or sometimes known as outros, this is another opportunity for you to lead the viewer to watch another video of yours. Now, best practices here is to pick a video that's relevant to the video that they just watched. So if you're teaching someone how to cook chicken, it would make sense to lead them on to another cooking video, perhaps another chicken recipe, instead of another video on how to clean your car. So make it relevant to the video that they just watched. And this is a feature that everyone has access to.
Okay, so here's our good friend Aaron, and he's must be in his house, which I'm going to say false advertising, because that does not look like his house is built of Lego. So Aaron, come on, stop lying to everybody.
Let me go to the house, man.
I know. Here we go. When I get to the end, you see an end screen here in the lower left corner talking about learn how to build lots of Lego ideas with Halloween ideas. Very well done, my friend. That is a hit right off the bat.
All right, good job, Aaron.
That means 1 of 3. So if he gets another one right, he's going to immediately move best 2 out of 3 onto the final round. So this is one of those things. It all just depends on the spin of the wheel for the luck of the person who happens to be pulled up here as a contestant. Sometimes people say it's not fair. It's not fair. The wheel's not fair. There we go, clear thumbnails. Dee, as always, could you please explain to the people here and in the replay what we mean by clear thumbnails and how they can help you grow your channel faster?
Absolutely. A clear thumbnail is a thumbnail that first and foremost is easy to understand what it's about on a mobile device. But more importantly, it stops your target audience from scrolling and gets them to click on it. It could be something that piques their curiosity, or the thumbnail could just clearly identify what's in the video. And if you are going to put text in your video, which you don't have, or text in your thumbnail, which you don't have to do, make sure it's bold, easy to read text. If you're putting fancy text on there, cursive text, or really tiny text, that's going to be difficult to read on a mobile device.
All right, let's start this thing off easy. Here's his channel. These are his thumbnails. I'm on his video page and just kind of scrolling around. Why don't we do this? Because we have so many wonderful people here, why don't we throw this to the lions, as we say, the chat here. You guys, thumbs up or thumbs down? Looking at these thumbnails, if you saw these in the scroll, would you be able to quickly tell what these videos are about and understand why you might want to watch them? I can use the old man magnifying glass up here to get a little bit closer here.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm not going to give any hints to the things that I'm thinking about. You tell me.
We got a couple thumbs up in here.
Moving around, moving around.
You know, while they're trying to decide, I just want to say one thing. My input on this, I love that you're putting that big red ball on there to put your text behind, but don't make that so large that it takes away from the most important thing, and that's showing the actual Legos themselves. Yeah. Right? Your Lego should be right up there, as close up to the lens as you can get. Focus on the Lego, because that's what your target audience is going to be interested in. They're going to be interested in Legos and not that big red ball for that tiny little bit of text.
Yeah, so I'm seeing in the chat, I'm seeing thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs down, some up, some others. Thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm seeing a pretty good split. I like what Robin's Buys and DIY says. I like them, but I'm on phone and I don't see Lego. That's a huge factor right there that you want to think about, Aaron, is sometimes we do this thing where we build thumbnails and we'll put an image there, and we have this need to suddenly take the title and cram it back up into the thumbnail instead of letting the title be the title and letting the thumbnail be just a great image that helps amplify the idea of what's going on in that title. But I'll let you call it, Dee, as you scroll through the chat here. What do you think?
Man, you know what? I think Robin said it best. It's a thumbnail, and he's doing a lot of the right things, but number one, the most important thing, it's not clear what it is about. You need more than text sometimes to let people know what it's about, and all I see is that red ball, and it doesn't say Lego to me. I want to see Lego first and foremost. So, Aaron, unfortunately, that's your first strike, but don't worry, you're not out yet.
Yeah, he's got 1 and 1, and he's got an extra free spin out here, so he's got a lot of chances of staying in the game. Yeah, one thing I'm going to throw in there, too, because I was in here kind of messing around, looking at these things. I want to throw this out here. I don't mind when channels take chances and try to do things that might be, a little different, maybe holiday related, or, they pivot their channel a little bit for different occasions. But one thing I would tell you to be careful of, anyone out there, on this channel, this is a Lego channel, and I would think that people are here to learn about building with Legos, or watching Aaron build with Legos, or see some of the things he's done, or learn a little bit more about Lego building. When you suddenly have a video that says, my Jacksonville, Florida vlog, and that's the biggest thing I see in the thumbnail, and then I see Jacksonville, Florida vlog, there may be a little Lego house up there, but nothing about that screams to me that that is a video about Lego. So always think about, even if you're doing something like you went to Jacksonville, Florida, maybe you were down there and you brought your Legos with you, you bought some Legos while you were down there, checking out something in that area. Maybe they had a Lego land or something. Always try to remember that there's a reason that your people are watching your videos week after week, and try to be consistent and not fragment your audience with videos that you put up there and you go, I don't, that one was for me. It was like my vlog, but I don't understand how that relates to Legos.
Exactly. Right. If your channel's about Legos, it should be about Legos.
Yeah. If whenever possible. There's exceptions to the rules. Every now and then someone does something, pushes the boundary.
Every now and then.
But just keep that in mind. All right, let's spin the wheel again, see what we're looking at next. Optimized playlist, that's a big one. Dee, can you please tell the people here and in the replay what we mean by optimized playlists and how those can be important to growing your channel?
I sure can. Well, first and foremost, a playlist can be recommended to people. So it's important that when you have a playlist, you actually take some time and build a proper playlist title. Treat your playlist like you would your videos when you're thinking about a good descriptive title, because if that's recommended to someone, they need to know what's inside of it. And you also get a chance to put a little description there. Let's see how Aaron did with his playlist.
So this is what I'm seeing. Take a tour of lots of Legos and MOCs. Make sure to subscribe to Aaron's House of Legos so that you can catch more Lego ideas, and then it's got a link. Learn why you should invest in these Lego sets. Don't you pick on him, you grammar Nazis out there. I can see you bubbling up. Make sure to subscribe to Aaron's House of Legos so that you can catch more Lego ideas. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to make a call on this one. I actually think you have optimized playlists. I think they're very well. I like the titles of them. Learn why you should invest in these Lego sets. Great. Learn how to build lots of Lego ideas. And then you've got all these different videos in there. I think that they're great. You've got it 90% of the way there, Aaron. But what I would say to you is, lose this part about make sure to subscribe to Aaron's House of Legos, because one, that's not even a clickable link. So now it's just a bunch of text that distracts and disrupts from the true message of this channel. You would have been better off saying, if this was learn why you should invest in these Lego sets, I'd rather see a description that says, lots of Lego sets actually retain their value or increase in value and become hard to find. These are the Lego sets you may want to invest in, if that's what the content was about. So think about using the description section to be a deeper explanation to the viewer to improve the experience so that that viewer can become more engaged with your content. Because we can't necessarily change viewer behavior, but one thing we can do is improve the experience when the viewer is interacting with your content and playlists.
Now, Aaron says, I have a very large description, and that may be, but guess what? We can't see it in the only place it really matters. Like Daniel said, that link is not clickable. That's just the wrong place for that particular type of information. So you want to do everything like Daniel just said and move the important information up to the top.
I have a very large description. Size doesn't matter, Aaron. I just want to say that. When it comes to playlist descriptions.
Oh, my
Megan's
goodness.
looking at me like, why are you stuff talking? So what we said there is I gave it to him. So that's actually his second win. So he's going to be moving on to the final round. So well done, Aaron. Lots of good things happening here. Listen, when we pull these channels up along the way, everybody, think about the things we're saying. And while you're sitting in the chat and you're kind of following along, take a look at your own channel and look at some of the things we're talking about and see if you can do some tweaks while you're here. It's a perfect time to take a moment, not only to have some fun, win some prizes, learn some stuff, but actually work on your channel at the same time. That's the goal of what we do here. Have some fun, learn how to optimize your channel.
Right on. The next word to type in is thumbnails.
Thumbnails.
The word thumbnails, just the way you see it. We already have 49 people in there. We'll let a couple more people go ahead and type that in because I do know there's a little bit of a delay. And for those of you who are joining us just now and you're like, how can I get a chance to get my channel pulled up? All you have to do is type in the word that you see on the screen. It changes every time. Sometimes I flash it up. Sometimes I put it up and leave it up there. And then this tool, the Streamyard giveaway tool, is going to randomize this and choose a winner. So Geraldo, we have 54 people, I guess 55 people.
Let's do it.
People who want to play. Ready?
Okay, give me a secend. Rititi mommy. Rititi mommy.
Rititi mommy.
I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. Rititi mommy.
Rititi mommy.
Rititi mommy. Okay.
I'm going to guess this is a
That's the right one. Okay, I got it. Got the channel.
Found it?
Rititi mommy. Got it. All right, so listen, we're not going to do anything. As always, we're going to pull up the wheel and let the wheel decide what it is we're going to look at here. One thing I want to remind everybody out there is every time a slice is picked on the wheel, that slice is removed and the wheel gets thinner. So there's actually a higher probability of the other things that are left could be landed on, which include things like giving away free merch, advancing to the final round, and potentially being eliminated. So stay on your toes.
It's Ritete mommy.
Ritete mommy. I knew I'd get it wrong. See,
sorry about that.
Ritete mommy.
Sorry, but it's difficult to catch sometimes on a just on a channel name. Ritete.
Ritete. Okay, clear value proposition. That's something that we talk about as being super important all the time. Dee, can you explain to people what we mean by clear value proposition?
Absolutely. Clear value proposition is your overall brand message to people who are looking at your videos, looking at your channel. If someone lands on your channel, the value proposition of your channel should clearly identify without the user even having to stop and think about it. And it tells them what your channel is about. In your case, I think you might have a clear value proposition, but we're gonna wait and see.
Yeah, so we're here taking a look here. One of the things I want to tell you, when we're looking to figure out what the clear value proposition is, we literally look at your channel quickly and go, do I get in an instant looking at your channel art, looking at what's going on with your thumbnails, in this case these are shorts, but thumbnails, what's going on with your title. So I'm looking around and there's a grocery haul, free pancakes, a huge grocery haul, shopping. Up here it says Mommy Beauty Life. I'm trying to interpret that. Is it a channel about? Is it a channel for people who are going to be moms? Is it a channel about beauty, teaching people beauty secrets? Life is very broad. I have a life. Dee has a life. Some people would say I need to get a life.
Had past tense.
It's gone now. So one of the things you want to think about,
days, man.
One of the things you want to think about here is make sure that it's really clear that when you put up content that it makes sense to the viewer, especially when you're a smaller channel. And I have to say right off the bat, I considered my channel and Dee's channel, we're still small channels in the grand scope of YouTube. There's channels out there that are really big that, 1 million plus subscribers. So when you're small and you're really trying to gain momentum, think about how you can stay focused into content that someone would watch yesterday they'd be interested in watching the next video you make tomorrow, for whatever reason that might be. Whether it's the targeting, whether it's the fact that you've really engaged with a storyline, whether people have really become invested in you. And I think that's what you're trying to do here. I think the goal is you're trying to get them invested in you. But I'm having a little trouble seeing it. Dee, make a call on this here for the value prop.
Yeah, so I think her heart and head's in the right spot here. She's trying to tell people in her channel art what the channel's about. But then as it kind of scrolls down, I feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect. So like you have the right idea in terms of telling people, hey, this is what my channel's about. But there is a situation like in yours where you can be too broad, to where when you're just starting out, you're so broad that you really can't get your foot in the door anywhere and you can't gain any traction. Like life, that's really broad. So, if are you giving beauty tips? Are you giving mommy tips? Man, that's such a...
Yeah, and it looks like
I'm so torn on this. I see recipes.
I'm seeing... you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, why don't we throw this back to the Lions right here in chat? What do you guys think? Maybe you see something, because we all have different perspectives. If you saw this channel, would you easily understand what the value proposition is, meaning what the channel's about, who the target audience is, and why they would want to come back and watch content week after week? Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the chat. Let us know what you think. I'll try to scroll around here so you can see some of the content.
while they're deciding, here's what I would like to see. As you go through the videos, I would like to see nearly every video on this channel have to do with something about being a mom or having to do with something about beauty, but something even more about, you know, beauty for mothers specifically, because you're kind of wrapping this around you, and looks like you guys just one child. Is that a girl?
It looks like there's one
girl,
child
maybe?
here. I'm seeing. Yeah,
I'm looking at it really small. I apologize if that's not a girl,
I'm
but
sorry.
right, you're
It's
trying to
hard to
wrap that around, you know, you and your child. Like, so if you're doing beauty, do beauty for moms, right? How can moms get their mojo back? That sort of thing. Well, let's see what the audience has.
Yeah, the chat is saying. I'm looking here. I'm seeing. Let me go down here. Got to catch up to the newest comments. I'm seeing thumbs down, thumbs down, thumbs down. One of the comments is, I see a mommy channel, but it's all over the place. I'm seeing thumbs up, yes, from KMH family. Seeing sort of a in the middle, thumbs up, thumbs up. It's sort of a back and forth. Wish there was less random content, says that goth farmer. I agree with niching down. One of the things that word niching down is a tricky one. What I agree was what Dee said. Not so much niching down, but drawing it into focus. How does each thing connect so that we get it? We get that you're a new mom, and maybe the struggle of trying to make sure that, you know, while you're trying to raise a child, you're still trying to make yourself look pretty, or, you know, keep your beauty tips up for new moms. And if you're doing hauls and you're shopping and stuff, is it all related to the kind of things that moms would need to be purchasing, and you want to make sure that they're turning them onto things that are good products, or how they can find things more cost effectively? So I'm trying to see the thing that connects it, but then there's suddenly seafood mukbang from 3 months ago, and I'm like, mukbang?
Where's your daughter?
Mukbang? Like, what does that have to do with beauty, life, or mommy? Like, it's a total left-hand turn right there. So that's one of the things that I probably would watch out for.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. You're doing the right things. You just need to refocus it a little bit. And your videos, the majority of your videos might actually have this, but the packaging, what we're seeing on the outside, doesn't represent that. So I think you're really, really close. Man, I'm so torn on this one because she's doing the stuff. She's
right, I know how to do this. All right, wait. Here we got a tiebreaker in the house. Megan, you're on deck. Would you say, we're going to throw it to Megan. Is this something you think that meets a value proposition, or does it slightly miss the mark?
It's a close one for me, but I think it's a yes on this one.
You think it's a yes? Yeah. All right, well then.
All right, there you go.
There you go. You have Megan in your corner. That is a hit. So that's hit number one. We're going to pull the wheel back up and see what we're going to look at next. It just goes to show, you know, everybody sees things differently. Like, for one person, you know, they might see this and go, I get what this is about. And another person might, from the outside looking in, say, I don't. So that's why we always try to throw it back around. Everyone has different perspectives. We're all consumers as much as we are creators as well. We consume content and we know what we like. So
yeah, and one more thing about that. Think about it like this. Let's say, you know, because your whole thing is, you know, mother's beauty. Let's say a mother finds your channel, right? Like, wow, I really love this creator. I like how she speaks. I love how she presents herself. I love all of this stuff. And then when that video is over, it's something about being a mother, and then the next video is mukbang, or the next video is something that's not mother related. It's going to be a really difficult sell to get her to watch another video unless she's really invested in you. And that's really difficult to do when somebody first stumbles across your channel. So just think about how you can get them to watch one video to the next video to the next video.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's spin the wheel and see what we're going to look at next.
I'm an overall mommy lifestyle channel. Okay, there you go.
All right.
Just dial that in a little bit tighter.
Mukbangs?
Little bit tighter. If you're doing the mukbang, put your daughter there, right? Get your daughter's reaction.
All right, well, you know what? It doesn't matter because you just hit the advanced mark, and you're going to be moving into the final round for the final wheel spin, we spin the wheel at the very end of the show, and whoever wins that wheel spin gets to pick from the Streamyard catalog of merchandise and pick an item that we will have sent out to them. But there's also the ability to win along the way. So congratulations for moving on. Let's see what happens next. And everybody, please type the word YouTube into the chat as you see it spelled on the screen now.
Yeah, and Ratete, you can actually keep going. You know, you don't have to just stop at one time. Yep. You can actually be pulled up again. And I'm going to welcome everybody who came over from Nick's stream. Welcome. Thanks for coming to hang out with us today. For those of you coming from Nick's stream who do not know what is going on, and this is your first time here, this is the YouTube Channel Review game show. Everything's been gamified. We put a word up on the screen right now. That word is YouTube. You type that into the chat. The StreamYard giveaway tool randomizes this and chooses a winner. We pull your channel up and we have another wheel that randomizes what we actually look at on your channel. And you're playing to win StreamYard merchandise, hoodies, stuffed animals, mugs, that sort of thing.
All of it.
All right, Geraldo, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Very good. Let's go.
Geraldo has his snow parka on right now because it's been snowing up here in the Northeast.
Hey,
Must have been out
Technical T, how you
shoveling the
doing?
driveway. Off in the S's. Often the S's.
Often the S's. We might have a clever name on our hands.
We may. I'm trying to
Often
think
the
if that
S's.
was something that I was missing, like it was a play on word.
Often the
the S's. Okay.
Could be like an assassin channel, like going after the S's. We're going off in the S's.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. It looks like a race channel, so I'm wondering if that's like super
interesting.
sport something. I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, I'm not going to do anything though because we
All
just
right.
pulled up the channel.
Love
That
it.
is the right channel. Off in the S's. Wouldn't it be funny if there was more than one Off in the S's channel? That's happened to me.
We've
before,
done that
pulling up.
before.
Yeah.
We have done that before.
Suddenly it's like, why? No, you've got the wrong channel. I'm like, there's another channel with this name? Let's spin and see what we're going to look like. Look at. I know what I'm going to look like. Optimized titles. Dee, can you please tell the people here in the chat and in the replay what we mean by optimized titles and how they can help you grow your channel more rapidly?
I can, but first I'm going to put the next word on the screen. For those of you just joining us, you can go ahead and type in that word. So an optimized title is a title that either is A, going to tell the viewer what the video is about, or it's going to be a title that's compelling to pique their curiosity or get them interested in the video to want to click on it.
All right.
What is not an optimized title is a title that says food recipes. That is not an optimized title. You got them?
You can switch this
Okay,
back
there
over.
we go.
All right, so here's some of the videos that are on this channel. I have to quickly switch over. I want to know what SS is. Buckle up as I take you through the world of IMSA, which is racing, I guess. I don't know what IMSA stands for, but WeatherTech Sports. It's a race, some sort of style of racing. I'm guessing. I don't know this one. Do you know anyone know what IMSA stands for? It's one of those things you might want to add that into your about section so people who don't know what IMSA is, you could explain it here.
Hey, Daniel.
So yes.
Before we jump into this, Smoke and Ivories says, optimized titles for musicians are difficult as bleep.
That's a lie.
Yeah, so I know Daniel's going to have some input on this, but one thing that I've run across recently, and they're doing incredibly well, I've run across a couple of channels that they don't title their songs by the title of the songs. They title their songs in a way to make you feel a mood, right? So they might say like a song that will make you sad, a song for working out at the gym, right? Like that sort of thing. They're getting the mood involved instead of talking about the song, because nobody knows what the song is. It doesn't make sense to anyone yet. But when you're talking about a song to amp you up to go to the gym, or a song to give you energy, oh, okay, or a song to make you cry, that sort of thing. Spend some time on YouTube, look up those types of channels. They're doing incredibly well using that strategy.
Yeah, you know what it is because we get caught in these false paradigms of thinking this is how I do it, so this is how I've always done it, so this is how it has to be done. What is it? International Motorsports Association. Man, I should have been able to guess that. Thank you so much, Keshni. I said that wrong. One of the things I'll follow up with what Dee said. Some of the channels that are doing really well on YouTube, who are music channels, are ones that are doing things like, instead of trying to, what does optimize means? It means optimize for the viewer in a way that would get them to click, right? So one of the things I've seen a lot is like, I played my new song for my girlfriend, or my girlfriend reacts to my brand new song, right? Or hearing my song played on the radio for the first time. So it's situational. There's more than just the song. There becomes story involved. There becomes reaction involved. So more than just saying, here's my song, here's the name of it, watch it, I made a music video. That's so MTV circa 1982 that it's outdated. You need to, unless you're an established musician, you really need to come up with new ways to really start pushing forward. Guys like Charlie Puth build their songs one bit at a time. He'll go out there and say, I have this new idea for a song, and he'll start like putting together the drum beats and some of the sections and just play pieces of it, and people literally stay engaged as they slowly start watching him build the song in public.
Absolutely. The pain of recalling memories of an empty life playlist, right? Like go in there. You have to think outside the box on this. And like Daniel, what he just said was spot on. When we're talking optimization, we don't mean SEO. We're talking about optimized for the people who might want to watch your video. Huge disconnect on that. Stop thinking SEO.
Yes.
Right? I mean, don't get me wrong. It can be helpful. SEO can be very helpful. But think about the person on the other end of that computer who's going to be interested in your video. Optimize it for them.
Regardless of the niche you're in, ask yourself, why would someone who has no idea who I am stop and watch my video? That's really what it comes down to. Because you could make a video that said, it took me 3 years to complete this song, and I finally got it done. Right? And someone goes, oh man, I don't even know that you didn't even mention the name of the song, but you could say, oh, well, wow, now I want to hear this song that took you 3 years to put together. And that might be enough to get someone to click and listen along. So think about the viewer, think about why they would want to watch.
Yeah.
So quickly, we were on the titles. I got a little sidetracked here. Here's some of the titles that I'm reading.
That was good. Musicians, no excuses.
There you go. Rolex 24 winner penalized for manipulating data. Very true to the sport. I guess there was a race and someone got penalized. The winner was penalized for changing the data. Porsche teams are very upset about the IMSA's BOP or BOP, whatever that means. I have to be in the know for that one. BMW LMDH. Where do we go from here? 8 big takeaways from the Rolex 24, which must be a popular race. I'm liking this. I think it's I don't know these races and I don't know all these terms, but it seems very optimized for the people who would know like the Rolex 24 race. And he's got a lot of stuff that seems to be timely around this event put together. So this must have been a recent race and he really tried to, double down on content that covered things from that race. So I'm thinking these titles are pretty well optimized.
I'm with you, man. I like them.
I'm going to call that a win.
Yep.
Well done. We haven't, no one said look at the thumbnails, but these are good looking thumbnails too. I love the look of the cars in there. I like the simple text that's up top. Very nicely done. Everything's looking really good in the packaging. So I like it. Let's pull up the wheel and see what we're going to look at next.
All right.
Better not be eliminated after all that high praise.
Yeah.
Don't you, if I jinxed them.
Oh, no.
Don't you.
Don't do it. Oh.
Why do I talk? If I had said, hey, these are going to be tomorrow's Powerball numbers, you think that those would have popped up? No.
Wow.
Man.
Unfortunately, often the S's, you just got eliminated.
Here's the upside, though, my friend. Keep playing. Keep dropping those words in the chat. We've had ones where people have not only been pulled up more than once, but they've been in the final wheel because they win both times, and then their name is in there twice in the final wheel spin. So keep playing along. Don't be discouraged. Channel's looking really good, though, and that's what we're here to talk about, is how to make sure that your channels are optimized. Everybody, please type the word views into the chat if you have not, so that so you'll be entered for the next drawing of the next contestant.
Yeah, while they're doing that, just a couple minutes, you were talking about Charlie Puth and how he does some of those videos. There's another new artist. He's been blowing up for the past year. His name is Jake, and he spells the A is upside down with a V, so it's like JV, right? KE. And he's been doing some videos like I played my hit song for my high school music teacher, right? Like that's the title of and just smashed,
right?
Just massive success. And he does all of those. I played my viral song for my college music teacher. He kind of goes through all of those.
I think that's just one of the things that everyone out there should think about. No matter what your niche is, try to expand beyond just the thing. Try to add another layer to it. If you're a music channel, do some of the things we've talked about. If you're a gaming channel, don't just play the game, change the stakes, right? I love Daryl Leaves' analogy where he said, you know what, if I was a gaming channel, I would put myself on a treadmill playing the game, and I would put my opponent, one of my friends at his house, on a treadmill playing the game, and each time one of us died, we had to elevate the treadmill and speed it up. That would change the stakes. It brings a new level to it. So thinking about how to do something a little different than everyone else is doing is what can really get people to stop and go, oh, I have to watch this. That looks crazy.
Yeah. All right, love it. Geraldo, you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I saw poop. I saw poop twice. The next contestant on the Dee and Daniel show. MI Troll TV. M1 MI. I'm going to say that's an I.
Yeah, probably an I. It should be an I.
Troll TV. Okay.
You should get a shampoo sponsor as well.
He
Fun
gets
fact,
one?
I don't use shampoo.
Really? I do.
No.
You
When I
should.
had hair, I used shampoo.
Oh, yeah. No, maybe you should get like a...
Oh man, I go in the shower, my head raw dogs that water. I'm all in there, just no shampoo on the head.
Just made Megan break down. All right, I have the channel here. Let's pull up the wheel and let's see what we're going to look at, Raw Dog. That was a slow reaction. Chat's choice. People, anything you see here on the wheel or anything that you've seen from a previous slice, feel free to call it out. I'll tell you right now, we have pinned comment, featured link in the description, featured content, the clear channel name, cards, consistent uploads. We have free merch still on the board. You could give them free merch if you wanted to. Any one of those things, call out in the chat which thing you think we should look at, and we'll look at based on your decision.
Love it.
Power
So
to
now
the people.
While they're calling that out, I'm getting some questions in here about how I actually bathe. Yeah, no, I don't use shampoo. Okay, listen, when I had hair, I absolutely use shampoo and conditioner, all that stuff. Since I started shaving my head, I'll just take some, like, whatever soap I'm using, and I'll just quickly do my head. And then I'll put it on my beard, too, because my beard's normally not this long. So
Yeah, you're going a little Grizzly Adams recently. What's going on there, pal?
yeah, you know. It's been one of those months, man.
Let it go.
It's been one of those months.
All right.
No, you know, for those of you who grow beards, you know, sometimes you're just like, I'm not going to shave for a while, and then you shave and you look weird in the mirror and you don't recognize yourself.
I have no problem with people growing any portion of their hair out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we have here. One of the selections is keep the beard. I don't think that's what we're supposed to be looking at. Nice. Free merch, free merch. I see free merch. I see cards. I see cards. I see free merch and cards I see the most. Cards, free merch. What do you think?
Let's do cards.
Cards looks to be the one that's slightly edged out. All right, we'll look at cards. Sure. Now, I don't think we pulled up cards yet. Dee, can you tell people in the chat and at home what we mean by cards and why they might be important to growing a YouTube channel more successfully?
Absolutely. A card is that little circle that you see up in the top right-hand corner of a video, sometimes when you're watching the video, that you can click on and be led into another video or another playlist. It's a feature that YouTube gives us to lead the viewer to watch another video, just like the end screen.
Okay.
Now, I think there are some situations where the videos are really short. It might not make sense to have a card. But if you have a video of decent length, you should be using cards.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something that has... Let me do this. What's weird is a lot of these are not really well optimized for long-form content because they seem to be vertical, and some of them are under... This is a whole different discussion, but some of these are under a minute long.
Yeah, these are going to be difficult
and
for
cards. They're still 16 by 9. There's some interesting things going on. Let me go by most popular. This one was most popular. It was a month ago. It's another one, 28 seconds long. Doesn't mean it shouldn't have a card, though. I'm trying to see something decent. Minute. There's a lot of short. I'm going to go with this one, the number 2 from a month ago. It's a minute and 21 seconds long. I'm going to see if it has a card. If there were a card, it would be up here in the upper right in the form of a little dot that would pop out as the person was watching along the timeline. The best practices, YouTube says, try to put that card somewhere in the last 20% of your video. That's where it's not going to increase the bounce rate, but it can be put there at the end when someone's been enjoying this content near the end. You push towards another piece of content, but I'm not seeing one here.
Yeah, and I think, Daniel, your strategy, you like to put the card right before the end screen. You like to give them 2 opportunities to click right as they're getting to the end.
Yeah, I sort of treat, I like to have the card pop out right before the end screen pops out. So it's sort of like a double whammy where I'm talking and it pops out, when it does get displayed. Says a quick thing about the next video they might want to watch while I'm getting very close to the end. And then I go right to the end screen where I'm wrapping the video and there it is on screen. So just that idea of... really putting it right in their face seems to work pretty well for me. So unfortunately, I think this is someone's a strike, but you still got more opportunities.
First strike.
Yeah, so let's spin the wheel again, see what we're looking at.
SM Postcards, man, I love to hear it. You have 1541 subs, 114,000 watch hours, still growing. Using what you taught me still works, man. Love to hear it. Congratulations.
Fantastic. All right. Tricky one here too, clear channel name. So let me pull this channel up again. Not every channel name needs to be completely understandable in the sense that, you know, like my channel name is named Daniel Batal. That's just my name. That's my branding play. Dee's channel is D Nimmin. If you looked at the comment on that's on the screen right now, it's from Rich Cat Ranch, which I would believe that they probably have a ranch on their channel. Maybe they're homesteading or a ranching channel. Those kind of things, like if you're going to do a branding play that's not your actual name and you're going to try to build something, helping people understand what that channel might be and making sure it's readable. We see that a lot of times too. People will cram words together without any spaces. So here's the name of this channel, D. Let's see. It's MI Troll TV. What do you think?
I mean, I don't really know what they're going for. Is there? I mean, is it a channel full of memes? What is it? What are they doing here?
Lego hot air balloon, Lego stand with flowers, haunted house by Lego. There's a lot of Lego stuff here as I scroll down. Mini muncher with a ton of hashtags in the titles. Vacuum excavation, spotted long nose, gar, looks like fish. Protection model kit build Fallout. Launching of the USS Constitution, Fallout 4, so that looks like gaming on this one. Gas filling tanker, so now it's a video about their a tanker maybe filling up the gas station with gas. I'm having a lot of trouble not only understanding what the value proposition of this channel is, but the name of the channel doesn't help me at all. It just feels like, it feels more like the kind of channel that someone just puts up whatever they feel like putting up for themselves, and not necessarily something for the audience. I'm going to do this. Let me go to the About tab. Okay, so MI, that helps me. It's Michigan. In the About tab is the perfect place where you can explain to people what your channel's actually about. So maybe this will help me understand the name. MI, Michigan, thank you for putting in that. That really did help right there. Troll, lives under the bridge, Lower Peninsula. Random Life, historic site, Michigan, just amateur videos. Comment if you wish to see something in Michigan. Please subscribe. Thank you. I will return the subscribe. Don't do that. Don't do that if you let me know you did. Okay, we got all kinds of problems here. You are not allowed to in any way, shape, or form intimate that you are trying to do a sub for sub situation. If you tell people, if you subscribe to me, I will subscribe to you, is actually against YouTube's terms of service and community guidelines. So what you want to do is not ask for subs. You want to grow them organically by getting people to watch your content, become invested, liking it, and subscribing because they wanted to watch more of your videos. So get that out of there. Because if you ever did get to the point where YouTube, now maybe this is monetized, maybe it isn't, but if YouTube was doing a scan of your channel and sees that you've got that listed in there, that's one of those things that could get you in trouble. So let's make sure you don't do that. I think this is my take, D. I get now that this is about Michigan and all things Michigan, but I just don't see it in the content. The content doesn't support that. Some of it does with some of the things I'm seeing here. But then, you know, there's some games, but then on the other stuff, it was like Legos. I'm on the fence here. What do you want? Who wants to make the call?
I'm gonna make the call.
Okay.
I'm gonna make the call. It's a bit all over the place. Like when I see the channel, it doesn't really tell me anything. Even after reading the description, then I'm like, oh, okay, then all the videos must be about Michigan or something. And then I come in and some other things, and I think you're close, but it's just, you know, again, I don't know your channel goal. I don't know what your channel goal is. So if you're just using this as like free storage to put up your videos, then I think it's fine. But if you're like, hey, I want to grow my channel, I might want to come up with something a little bit more memorable. You know, one thing I like to say always, imagine, and this could happen for a lot of you in the chat, you're being interviewed on a podcast someday and it's audio only. And you're like, hey, what's your channel name? How can our audience find you? You need to tell people your channel name. You know, think of something that's a little more memorable.
Right. And one of the things that I always try to take into consideration is maybe there's something I'm missing, and this is really connecting with the target audience, and maybe I just haven't seen it. And in just all due respect, no insult intended, but when you're putting up videos and it's like 9 months ago, 10 views, 9 months ago, 9 views, 9 months ago, 5 views, 10 months ago, 6 views, I'm seeing here that a bulk of the content that's been on the channel for a bit just isn't connecting. So that's why we're saying that. It feels like you're almost making it just for fun. And if that's all you want to do,
That's fine.
Don't even listen to a thing we say. Just put anything you want
Yeah.
up. If it's just for fun and you just like doing it, then it doesn't matter. It's only if you're trying to grow the channel and maybe get it monetized and do those things.
Oh my God, Daniel.
What?
Wrong. That was the wrong channel.
Stop it.
I'm just playing.
Oh my God. If you had told me there was another...
No.
Hang on, I got to go look up the word gullible in the dictionary. Man, I fell for that hook, line, and sinker. I'm like, is there two MI Troll TVs? Then we
I
go
was
to his
trolling
channel.
you, man.
It'll be awesome. Yeah.
I was trolling you. Yeah, so I agree with everything Daniel said. You know, if you're doing this for fun, keep at it. If you're really trying to do something with it, just think about how you can focus everything and just make a channel that's clear for the viewers. Because when we look at your channel, we should be able to tell immediately what it's about without having to look at your About Me page, without having to scroll the videos, without having to worry about, or thinking about what your channel name is. So figure out what your purpose is on YouTube and act accordingly. Back to cards really quick. Daniel, cover this one, please. Rick's Cat Ranch says, I don't use cards. Too much potential for the viewers to abandon the video they're watching.
Okay. Let me explain.
lot.
Let me explain a theory to everybody. Start typing that word watch time into the chat so you'll be here and ready. You don't use cards. Too much potential for viewers to abandon the video they're watching. That's why YouTube best practices says put them at least 80% of the way through your video, so it's near the end, so that now maybe your videos have an average view duration of over 80%. Maybe every one of your videos does. I'm going to say probably doesn't. So putting them near the end someplace, even if it did, put it at 30 seconds before the video ends. But what you're missing is there's that thing, your honest opinion. Well, you don't have any data to support that would be what I would argue back. Yes, if you put them early on, we've said that you can increase the bounce rate, but don't put them early on. And one of the things I want to show you, can I take a second to show people something? Dee, is that all right?
Yep.
Dee and I talk about this all the time, and people think that we say things just to say best practices. But one of the things that Dee and I spend a lot of time on, and we've talked about this at Vid Summit, is we spend a lot of time looking at the data behind the things we recommend. I want to show you something here. Let me see if you can see this. Here is some data from a series of videos that I did, okay? Let me find that back again. All right. Now, if you look at this series of videos, all right, can you guys see a pattern here? This is a 48-hour time frame. In a 2-day time frame, 48 hours. This one video here it's on my channel, drove 40,810 views. Look at the view pattern. See that? This video drove 7,300 views in the same exact time period. Look at the view pattern. 6,900.
You know what this looks like? Hold on, ready?
Yeah.
It looks like a guy laying on his back with a big belly and huge feet.
I'm glad you said feet. You can see this. Can you see this redundant pattern? Can you see what's happening here? Can you see all of this? 7 completely different videos, starting with about 40,000 views in a 24-hour period, all the way down to about 1,200 views in a 24-hour period. Now, look what's happening. The very first top #1 video, the main traffic source is browse. And look at what all the other ones are. Suggested, suggested, suggested. Do you know why? Because I built these videos as a series. And in every one of these, this video here, the card, the end screen, the link in the description, and the pinned comment all push towards this next video. So if you're enjoying this one, I had a very specific video that followed along that said, hey, you should watch this one next. And then when people watch this one in all 4 places, card, end screen, link in the description, pinned comment, push towards this next video. And look at the identical traffic patterns, meaning when one started to take off, they all started taking off identically in the same traffic patterns. It's just the views were less, right? Because it's harder to get people to watch 7 videos. It's easier to get them to watch 1, a little harder to get them to watch 2, a little harder to get them. So the view pattern goes down, the amount of physical views, but the actual pattern is the same because once one starts taking off, it brings that train along with it. That's why we tell you, don't sit there and say, I don't like cards. I don't like end screens. I know I forgot to put a link in the description. Oh, I didn't mean to, I should have put a pinned comment. It's how they all work together. And when enough people start clicking from one video to the next, YouTube picks up on that traffic data and says, hey, a lot of people who are watching this very first video, 4,100 people, 41,000 people in 2 days, watch this. Guess what? We got 7,300 of them go on and watch another video. So there you go. You can see the traffic pattern. And it's all from suggested that people coming, which of course suggested includes links that are found in the descriptions, but we can trigger YouTube to start pushing people to the video we want next. And you'll start seeing many videos work together. So as much as you think they don't work, I promise you, using these features together can change the trajectory of your channel if you do it effectively.
Yeah, man, that was fantastic, and I'm glad you had that to show them. And just, you know, to build on to that, it's easy for us to get caught up in a single video, right? We spend all this time in a single video, we cross our fingers, we throw it out to YouTube, and we hope that YouTube does the thing, and right? Everybody does this. I mean, and that's cool, right? That works sometimes. Sometimes you knock one out of the park. But, you know, if you're in the trenches like the rest of us are, and you're really kind of fighting it out and trying to really build that channel momentum, you need to start thinking about your channel as a whole, right? Think about those individual videos, but start thinking about your channel as a whole, just like Daniel showed. You know, what's the old saying? What is about the tides? What's the thing about the tides and the ships? What is it?
A rising tide lifts all ships.
There you go. Think about your videos just like that. If you connect them correctly, and that's what we're talking about here in the game show. These little slices that we're talking about here that we're showing you one at a time, these are all individual pieces that go into a larger puzzle, right? We're talking about playlists, we're talking about end screens, we're talking about cards, we're talking about links in the description, pinned comments, we're talking about all of these things collectively that link out to the right videos and rise everything together.
Yeah, everything we're showing you here are best practices, but I promise you, if you start using some of these things together effectively, what we're talking about here is a content strategy. We're trying to build strategy to get people to get focused into your content, not just get them watching one, but make them want to watch multiple pieces of your content in a binge session.
Yeah. I can't believe I couldn't remember that ship thing. I knew it was something about a tide and a ship.
Yeah,
That's why I have a beard right now. That should be a first indicator. If you come on and you're on one of my videos or you're on a live stream and I've got this gnarly grizzly beard, beware. That's all I'm going to say. All right, Geraldo, are you ready?
Yeah, let's spin
And by the way,
yes.
By the way, if you just learned something, if that was new information for you, you got value out of that, give us a thumbs up. Go underneath the live stream, hit the thumbs up. That's going to let us know that you're enjoying yourself, you learned something, you had a good time. Thank you.
Much
All right,
appreciated.
Geraldo.
Spin that.
Let's go. And this is the Streamyard giveaway tool. I saw somebody ask here in the chat. If you're a Streamyard user, you can get to it by going to streamyard.com/giveaway.
Life on YouTube and Twitter. Life on YouTube and Twitter.
Whoa. I feel like we've looked at this person's channel before.
I know that this person, I see him in my comment section of my channel often, so I know I've engaged with this person before.
Did you engage on YouTube or Twitter?
On YouTube. I know that I know that we've had interactions in the comment section of some of my videos.
Interactions. That sounds suspicious.
Right? It was in a dark corner. I was wearing a mask. Let's see.
Yeah. We were behind a dumpster. It was 3 a.m. That old chestnut.
No, right? No police were involved. Okay, let's pull up. Wow, this wheel is getting so thin right now. So let's spin this and see what it is we're going to look at. Get there. Get there. Get there. Here we go. Free merch, ladies and gentlemen. So listen, my friend, Megan is going to drop in the chat her email for the channel. She's my channel manager, Megan@DanielBatal.com. And what you want to do is you're going to reach out to her. She'll confirm that's you and your channel. And then what we'll do is we'll send you over to the StreamYard catalog, and you can pick any single piece of merch from there. They've got great hoodies. They've got great T-shirts. They've got great mugs. We love their mugs. Anything you want that they've got in the catalog, and we'll send that out to you, okay? But what do we do here? Do we keep spinning at this point on this channel?
Let's pull their channel up. You know, because they just won something, but let's pull their channel up and just kind of give them you know, just a general thing.
Okay, so if I was going to say, off the top, let's do this.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think is most important is to make sure that people get an understanding of what your channel's about, and that it would make sense at a glance. So I'm looking at this, and it says, On the Road of Life, Misunderstood. And then I'm seeing the title of the first video that's featured, which I love that you have featured content. Life on ... Why I don't use Facebook, look out for the blur. Then there's Christian Nietzsche for fourth Sunday morning. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I think that is this the church the one who does church services or sermons and services that they put on the internet. I think that's what this one is, right?
Yeah, we've had them before. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Life on, replay, edit. I think it's a lot of church services from a very specific church or a specific, what am I trying to say? Yes?
Yep.
Megan,
it is.
do you know?
And they
Talk
just
to us.
agreed in
Lean
the
into
chat.
that mic.
Okay.
I think the church. I think the church is called Life,
Oh, the church is called Life?
if I remember.
That's okay. The church is called Life, and then it's Life on. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Megan. And let's look at the about. So, yeah, I think we've looked at this before. And the Life on the Road social media channel to my local church services from Westy Life Church and Kent Street Community Church. Yeah, the only thing I think I'd say is make that a little more clear as you're working on this, my friend, so that people who actually want to watch these services and might be interested in them can find it nice and easily, because Life on YouTube and Twitter, I would think at a glance, I would think that meant what it's like being someone who is a creator and posts on Twitter and YouTube, not necessarily the church itself. So think about trying to draw that value prop in so it makes a lot of sense at a glance.
Yeah. Did you see how long it took us to figure out what was going on with your channel?
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to back up Daniel on that. Like, it took entirely way too long to figure out what was happening. Everything on your channel should be crystal clear. So when we land on your channel, we know exactly what it is. So think about the terminology. Think about if you and I were to meet and you were going to tell me all about your church, all about the things that are happening on your channel. You would probably be very descriptive, and you would probably use certain keywords and certain ways of explaining what you're doing, right? Because what you're essentially doing here, not only are you targeting people who might know who you are, you're also targeting total strangers who don't know you yet. So because of that, you need to make sure that everything is crystal clear, and people land on your channel, right? Maybe they watch one video, this is great, then they land over in your channel and they click in, right, to look at what else is happening, and they're really confused. So something.
Yeah, and if this was something that's like supposed to maybe help reach a larger community of people who really like church services, but maybe don't have a great church in their local area, or they used to go to this church and maybe they moved away, and they just would be able to see some of the services by watching them on live, if they are live, or if they're on the replay. Yeah, make sure you're just making that easy for them to find it so that it all makes a ton of sense, because there's so many. Let me give you a quick example. What I would tell you, a great live streaming channel. A friend of mine, Emily D. Baker, who is a lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
And if you go to her channel, she is actually a lawyer, and she live streams all of these public court events, and she sort of gives perspective as an attorney along the way as these events are happening. So it's really great when you watch. Look, 22 hours ago, she live streamed the Live Talk Psychic Idaho murders, defamation case, and Rust hearing updates. 106,000 views. That was from 22 hours ago. Then a day ago, she live streamed the Vanderpump Rules, Raquel gets restraining order. She's keeping all these updates of what's going on. She does this all live, and it's hundreds of thousands and sometimes millions, 2.3 million views, 2.2, 2.3, 1.9, just by being very clear about, well, why would you want to watch these things that are being streamed? Because she makes it clear exactly what's going on here, talking about the lawyer's view on exactly all these things that are happening. So just think about that when you're building your channel.
Can you look up a church channel? Let's see what other churches are doing.
Yeah, let's just do like.
Let's see if there is. I guarantee you there is
services. Well, we'll see. Church services.
Yeah, let's just see. Like, even your titles of your videos. Like, if there's a message during a particular sermon, or it's a clip of that sermon, think about titling the video of what that message is.
Yeah. Here we go. Listen to this one. Look at here. Some stuff that pops up at the top, right? Sunday AM service, full service, March 5th, 2023. It's got someone right up at the mic. It says that it's a Sunday AM service. And it says right here the name of the church, Bethel Church Service, Bill Johnson's sermon, worship with Noah Paul Harrison and Hannah Waters. So it's explaining what this is. It's got 53,000 views from 5 days ago because it was well put together. Someone who's interested in watching that. It seems to be doing well. And the name of the channel is Bethel. So it's the Bethel Church Services. So just think about how they're doing that. And when I look up here, Joel Osteen Live, Lakewood Church Service, Sunday, 11 a.m. CT, so Central Time. So just think about making it easy like that, so that someone who's interested in watching can go, I'm looking for a good service that might be on TV. Here's one going right now, a church service. It just says church services, but there's 59 people watching this. So that's the kind of thing you want to think about. Sunday morning service, 30,000 views. Make it easy. People who are looking for a Sunday morning service or a midweek service, you might want to say, why don't we do that? A Sunday morning service live from, or Sunday morning service from the Life Church.
Right. How would people search to find what it is that you have on your channel? And put that in there. Daniel, we've got a great suggestion here. Carolyn Lopez says, add monetize to the wheel and give us tips on how we can increase subs watch time to get to this goal. If a channel is already monetized, give some tips on making more money. I love this.
I like that a lot.
I love this. Yeah, make a note. I love that. Is a great suggestion.
Megan, scribble that one down and we'll put that in there. Monetize if someone has a monetization goal.
Yeah, that's great.
Love it. Thank you very much for that one. All right, where are we at right now?
The yard.
The yard. Oh, we're pulling up another contestant.
Yep, we got to spin it.
On a tangent this morning. All right, you want to spin this thing?
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
Let's go.
Go.
Spin it.
Skin that smoke wagon.
Yeah, I love that. Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens. I love that. He says that with the grit in his teeth.
Procedural Nodes 3D. Procedural Nodes 3D. Let me see if I can find that channel.
Okay. I'm thinking of 3D animation, 3D printing. Just guessing.
Nodes. Yeah. I'm going to guess, maybe?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, some sort of... Okay, here we go. It sure looks like Procedural Nodes 3D. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to pull up the wheel, and we will see exactly what it is we're looking at. Featured link in the description. We haven't pulled this one up today. Dee, can you tell people what we mean by featured link in the description?
I can, and why don't you pull up your channel to show them your videos about how you're using the link in your description to actually send off to the next video. Link in the description is exactly what it sounds like, but the specifics of it is that it links out to another relevant video to what the viewer just watched. Daniel, I'll take this down for the time being there. To what the viewer just watched. And it helps to add a little sales text to it, right? Give them a reason to watch it. Tell them what it's about. And Daniel's going to show you exactly how he's doing it. And as you saw with the graph before, he's doing really well sending people from one video to the next.
Yeah, I showed that graph earlier about how all those videos were doing really well in series, and it was this series of videos. This is the number 1 that pushes to the number 2. This is the number 2 that pushes to the number 3. And in this series, if I pull up one of these videos, the very first one, you'll see featured link in the description right down here in the description above the show more. You know how you can see how the description has a spot where it only shows the beginning of it, but you can click show more to see more of what's in your description? I try to keep that link above that show more line, so it's right there with a link. I even use some emojis, a red dot, a play button, and it's really interesting. Have you seen this, Dee? They're now changing the URLs to actually a play button and the name of the title of the video, which is really cool. So there's that featured link in the description right above. And what's really cool about that is if you actually get this working really well, if you notice the video, I'm going to open this up in another window right here. See this one right here? This is that Filmora doubles down on lifetime licenses. It was the follow-up to this video. But I put that, as I said earlier, I put it in the card. I put it in the end screen when I got to the end of the video, if it'll show. Let me see 1 second here. And when I got to the end, there it is. I put it in the description, which by definition from YouTube, links that are found in the descriptions of videos are considered part of suggested traffic. And I put it in the pinned comment. And when I get enough people to click those, look what happens here in the upper right. Look what the top video that YouTube is recommending up next, suggesting the very video that I'm putting everywhere else, that I'm putting in all these different places. So right there is where you want to put it, but that's why we say use these things together. Force those viewers in a specific direction so no matter what they click, they send the same traffic signal back to YouTube. And YouTube can interpret that and go, oh, a lot of people are going on to watch this next one. Maybe we'll recommend it too.
Now, Daniel, leave your page up there because when we get to the pinned comment, we're going to come back to that same page.
You got it. I'll leave it right there.
Okay, so Are we yeah, we're looking at a channel right now. Okay.
Yeah, so we're saying we're looking for a featured link in the description. Now, that doesn't always have to be another video. Sometimes you might have an affiliate link. You're trying to sell something. Could be another video. I say the default thing, if you don't have anything, push them towards another video. If you have something specific that you want to try to, maybe you have an affiliate link, you're trying to sell something, then maybe put that there. Here's one, a 14-minute, 28-second learning how to make this. So if I clicked on this, I think this should either in the description push me towards another video, or maybe even like push me towards links. Maybe you have Amazon links where you can buy some of the things you'd need to make this cactus bowl with Cinema 4D, or another tutorial of where to download the software. Is this a 3D? Yeah, this is on the software.
Is that not real?
Doesn't it look super real? I thought it was real.
Holy cow. Are you, let me zoom in on this.
Yeah,
that's not real?
No, it's because it's 3D, right? This is a software. That look great.
That looks, wow. Good
so
job.
Maybe it's the software you might be pushing, or another tutorial. So this is created with Cinema 4D, Houdini, and Octane. So three different softwares to make this cactus bowl. It looks so real. So now I'm seeing that you don't have anything above the fold. See, I have that show more there. But let me click it and see if you do have a featured link. Check out the live stream I did where I go into more detail about the Houdini. This is great. You've got some great featured pieces of content here. I'm going to call that one a win. That one you actually definitely have featured pieces of content that relate to this video here. The only thing I would probably tell you is, because the experience has been changing, think about trying to get that above the fold, above the show more. Maybe write the first sentence, stop, hit return, put your link in, hit return again, so it's in its own line, and then pick up the rest of your description so that it keeps continuing. But get that link up there where you're not burying it, where someone has to take one more action, clicking show more to get to it.
Yeah, love that.
Great, wonderful.
Another spin. So while we're spinning that one, this is the next word to type in. The wheel, as in the wheel decides what we're going to look at. No space in between the words. And also life on YouTube and Twitter. When you win the free merch, you just win. Because that's what everybody's advancing for. So, and that's why we went and actually looked at your channel and gave you some advice and looked at some other church channels to kind of give you an idea of kind of how to fine tune your channel a little bit more.
Yeah, our goal in all of this is to teach, give some people some tips, and give everyone as many chances as possible to win something along the way.
Yeah, yeah. But keep putting the words in. You pull you up again.
Yeah, you can actually go right back in. We've had people come up multiple times.
Yeah.
Like you. Like we just said, we've seen that channel before. They've been here. They've been pulled up before. Featured content, D. You know we love featured content. Can you explain what we mean by that here on YouTube?
I can, but it's best to show them.
You got it. I'm going to go right to this channel, and I'm going to click on their channel name. And see right here, right when I open up this channel, see this big, huge piece of content that's larger than everything else? That is what we call a featured piece of content. Now, there are two different types you can put there. One for the person who is not subscribed. As you can see, we're not subscribed to this channel, and there's a big piece of content here. And then you can put a different piece of content for the returning subscriber.
Now, Daniel,
why is that important, D?
I was going to ask you, if somebody's not subscribed, what kind of video do you think would be a good type of video to put there if they're not subscribed to the channel?
I personally think if they're not subscribed to the channel, this is what you want to think about. How did someone get there? I don't think someone just got up one day and said, I'm going to type the word procedural nodes 3D into Google into YouTube and see if there's a channel named that. Oh, there is. Let me click on it and go there. Typically, I try to think like someone probably watched one of your videos and was liking it and clicked on your channel name. So for someone like that who is now here and they're not subscribed, think about giving them another strong piece of content that really represents what to expect from your channel, but perhaps has a really high conversion metrics, meaning looking in your data, in the last 90 days, which video seems to be driving more subscribers than some of the other content, because they're not subscribed, and maybe we can use that opportunity to give them quality content and then maybe convert them into a subscriber. But D, what about if they were already subscribed? Why would someone come back to your channel if they're already subscribed, and what might you want to put there?
Well, before I talk about that, I also want to mention, if your goal is to not get more subscribers, what if you're trying to get more watch time? Look at your data, find the video that has the most watch time, stick that there. What if you're trying to make more money? Be it through a video that has the highest CPM, or maybe it's a video that drives the most revenue through affiliate links. Put that video there. So it depends on the actual goal of your channel. But if you're trying to grow your channel, trying to get subscribers, trying to get watch time, whatever, put one of those videos there. And a lot of people have this idea that you should put a channel trailer there to tell people what your channel is about. And YouTube calls it a channel trailer. Daniel and I know we're on the same page of this. I think that's terrible wording on YouTube's part. Don't put a channel trailer there. Put a high-performing piece of content there based on your channel goals. Now, if you're already a subscriber, right? Think about the viewers. He explained why you should put the particular type of video there if you're not a subscriber. But if you are a subscriber, what type of video should show there? Well, does it make sense to put that same video there because somebody who's subscribed has probably already seen that video? But that would be a great place to put your latest video, right? Somebody who might be coming back to your channel to see, hey, wonder what they're doing. I haven't seen your channel in a while. Or they just watched one of your videos that YouTube recommended to them and they clicked on your name and went to go over to your channel page to see what else is going on, to see your latest updates. Boom, there's your latest video. Yep. So that's one thing you could put there for your subscribed viewers.
100%. And there you go. That was some monetization tips right there, what Dee just gave you. Like, think about the word we're looking here for is intentionality. Be intentional about what you put here and know why it's there, understanding the disposition of that viewer.
Love it.
So that's one. Is that one? That's the first one on this channel, right? Yes?
No,
yes.
Number 2.
Was that number 2?
They moved forward because they did an optimized title.
Oh, right. I mean, I will get this. Not enough coffee in the morning sometimes. All right, let me add them into the one.
I'm jacked up, man. It was like 11:30 when we started. I'm like highly caffeinated.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You know, like when you're a kid and you start running too fast, but you can't like keep up and you just fall over because you're running too fast. You know, like that's how I was speaking when we started. Like my brain was going too fast and my mouth couldn't keep up, and I'm just like tripping over words.
It happens.
Highly caffeinated.
Highly caffeinated.
Yeah.
Procedural nodes 3D. Let's get them into the final wheel spin. Boom, done and done. All right. POV, you don't know how to advance your channel when you're on a mobile device. Help. You don't know how to advance your channel. Decipher that for me, Dee.
I'm going to guess that you don't know how to grow your channel because you're doing everything on a phone. Now, I'm going to say this. Daniel and I both have links to our channel down in the description below. There's also a link to get Streamyard. Streamyard lets you stream for free for 20 hours a month. There's also a... Where are you going? Oh, there you go. Right. There you go. There's also a link to a free music service. So if you want music for your videos or live streams, you can do that. So head down to the description. There's some links. Over on my channel, I teach you how to do a lot of things with your phone. However, I have to say this. YouTube has been changing so many things over the past 2 years, really, that they're constantly changing things. So I've held off on doing some updated videos on how to do some of this optimization on your phone. But I think we're finally now, hopefully, getting into a final form. And I really hope to have some updated videos on that just to kind of round out what's happening on the channel before moving on to something else. So head over to my channel, link in the description.
This is still a great place to start. Dee does a lot of content that talks about how to use shorts, how to do these kind of things to grow your channel, which are very mobile specific and shows you how to actually use your mobile device to make the kind of content that can be effective on YouTube. So I would absolutely spend some time with Dee's channel first. Very, very helpful for those kind of things.
Yeah, so this is one of the things I was talking about. Maybe you can't set feature content on your phone. Yeah, this is where it gets tricky because of the way YouTube has been changing things. It used to be really difficult to do this. Now, open up a browser, Chrome, Safari, whatever you have, put it in desktop mode, and then go to studio.youtube.com. And if it asks you to open up the app, say no. And it's going to actually open up a desktop view of YouTube Studio, and it sucks. You're going to have to pinch and zoom and do all of this stuff, but you will be able to get to all of the features. It's really clunky right now, but you can do it.
Yeah, that is one of the pitfalls of YouTube right now. It really is built around a desktop experience. So if you do have, even if you use your phone for most of it, if you do have a laptop, a desktop, anywhere that you can sit and do the optimization there, you'll find it's going to be a lot easier in general. That's where I do most of my work as well, but I feel your pain. It is trickier. It is a little trickier when you're trying to navigate it on mobile.
Yeah, it is.
The wheel.
The wheel. Yeah, so a couple more people. Go ahead and type this in if you haven't typed it in yet. We're going to spin it again. And congratulations to the last channel. You do advance. Channel looks great.
Ready to spin?
Geraldo, you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Yeah, studio.youtube.com. And make sure your browser is in desktop mode. When they try to get you to open the app, they know things.
What is that one?
Whoa, what are you doing, Geraldo? Larry's Library, congratulations. You're up. We've pulled up Larry before, I believe.
Have we?
Yeah.
Larry's Library.
I have a feeling we've looked at Larry before, and I think it looks great, if I remember right.
All right, I see the channel, but I'm going to see if my fat fingers can go over here and actually open up the things that we need to open up. There's not much left here on the wheel. As we say, it gets thinner and thinner. And keep in mind, as we move forward here, we're going to be moving into the faster version of sudden death, so stay tuned. Things are going to actually accelerate. Let's spin the wheel and see of these 4 things what we're looking at.
What's it going to be?
What's it going to be? Consistent uploads. D, want to handle that one? What do we mean by that?
Yeah, consistent uploads. That doesn't mean you're uploading every Monday at 8 p.m. We're just we're looking at some sort of consistency. Maybe you're uploading once a week. Maybe you're doing it every 2 weeks. Just some level of consistency. And look, I just feel like the wrong person to give advice on this, but just some level of consistency. Every few days, every week, every couple of weeks.
Yeah,
some pattern.
2 days ago, 4 days ago, 5 days ago, 12 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 1 month ago. I'm going to say that's about as consistent as you can get, putting out content every week. Well done, my friend.
Good job, Larry.
Love it. Love it. Larry's Library. All right, comic books. He's a comic book guy.
Yeah, I remember. We've seen him before. We pulled his channel up before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right.
And if I remember, some of the advice we gave him was to focus on the comics more.
Yes. Yeah, I think one of the things we talked about thumbnails too, we were focused and be careful of his background so that, and I can see, I think he's done it. I think at one point, I think if I remember correctly, some of his backgrounds were interfering with his foreground, and it looks like he's doing a really great job of really creating some separation. So nicely done there, Larry.
Yep.
Let's pull up the wheel and see what that's number 1. Let me see what we're going to look at next. How often are these streams regarding the channel audits?
We are live the second Saturday of every month here on Streamyard. The second Saturday of every month.
Now that's consistent.
Unless we're not.
Unless we're not. Which randomly happens sometimes.
Yeah, that randomly happens.
Cards. There we go. Cards. D, can you tell people?
Cards.
Did we already do cards? No, because it's still there. We wouldn't have.
We already did cards.
How did we get cards twice?
I don't know. The wheel's got a mind of its own today.
All right, let's do pinned comment because that's what it's sitting on right now. How about that?
Pull up your channel. Let's show them what a pinned comment is.
All right, let me get over here. Now I was showing this on my channel, right? When I was showing, you said, save this one here. The end screen, the card up top is the same video. The same video is here existing in the description. And a pinned comment is you can comment on your own video. And after you leave that comment over here on the right, you'll see a 3-dot ellipsis. After you've put your comment on, you can have 3 options. You can pin that comment, edit that comment, or delete that comment. You just want to pin it. And here you can see the kind of engagement if you do it right. See, I put that same video there. It's got 899 likes, and so not everybody liked the comment who read it, but it's right there. So you know that's the kind of engagement you can get leaving it right up to the top so that no matter who is here commenting, what happens is they go, wow, I just watched your video. I want to leave a comment. They're here talking. You've got a pinned comment here, and you've got a link in the description up above, and you've got them sandwiched with recommendation. Really great way to offset all of these things over here that YouTube's going to push them towards, which may not be your channel.
Yep. Love it.
So let's see. Let's go with let's go with this. What do you say? Top 10. This one is top 10. Well, let's go with the top 10. I like that thumbnail. Let's see if he's got a pinned comment. And he does have a pinned comment. Let me read it really quickly. Sometimes I'm a real klutz. I was in the notification panel and I thought I was removing notification. I was actually removing comments. So he used it to apologize to someone who was meaning he was accidentally removing comments. It is a pinned comment, and it's a very intentional because he's been removing comments and he wanted to apologize to people. So I'm going to say that was an intentional pinned comment.
All right, I love that, man. Way to go! Way to go! Way to go! Way to go! Now Larry moves forward. He moves into the final spin. Now, for those of you who have been with us for a while, you know that we're getting ready to move into something where things move really fast. We go from this into a different section of the show that's called sudden death. When we move to sudden death, it means you get 1 spin, 1 chance. You don't have multiple chances. One spin, one chance. Everything moves a lot faster, starting right now.
Sudden death.
All right, Mr. Batal. We are here for sudden death.
We are. Now, one of the things we should tell you about is when we do this, we actually also reset the wheel. So we're going to bring it back to the original. All the slices will be back in place. There we go.
There you go.
So we're going to get one spinning out. So everybody here, type the word watch time into the chat. Get that in there quickly. We're going to be moving fast here. Type watch time into the chat, and we will give you a few more seconds before we spin that wheel.
Yep. Everything's moving fast. Now, you ready, Geraldo? Let's go.
Do it.
Yep. We're not waiting. Sudden death moves fast.
That's the goal here.
Yep. We're moving fast.
I saw Thor. Editando and Minutos. I think we've looked at this channel before, too.
We have. We have. And it's
Well,
in Espanol.
I will learn how to spell yet. My Spanish spelling is terrible. Did I get that right? Show me the name of the channel again. Let's make sure I spelled it right. Editando. I didn't even come close, man. What is wrong with me? There it is. See? There, it's in my history somewhere. Okay. Boom. All right. I'm going to say nothing. We're going to have one wheel spin, and hopefully we have... Megan is very fluent in Spanish, so she'll be able to interpret for us. She just gave me a look like, what are you talking about? No, I'm not. This is what we're going to look at.
Type this in. Type this in. Pin comment. No space. Get it. Moving fast.
There you go, folks. That was the right thing to land on.
He advances, but let's look at it and give him one tip. Let's open it up and give him one tip.
Sure, let me do that. How's your Spanish?
Yeah.
I don't speak Spanish. The one thing I do like is that it's got at least some simple channel art. It's got featured content. It's got playlists that seem to be optimized with titles and descriptions. I like that. One thing I would probably tell you, my one tip, let's each give a tip. I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to say...
Can I go first?
Oh, yeah, you go first. Go ahead.
Put it in English. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
No,
you go first.
Me. Here's the thing that I would say. Because you're still a smaller channel, what I would consider is the number one goal of this channel should be to grow the channel. So up here where you have things like the Facebook link and the Twitter link, the goal of this channel is not to grow your Facebook channel. The goal of this YouTube channel is not to grow Twitter. So all of these things up here that push people off platform can be distractions. The goal is to get people watching and to keep them watching. So save those things for down underneath and maybe like the descriptions of your videos where someone is already watching and they like you and then they go, oh, I wonder if you're on Facebook. Not right up here where it's just stuff that distracts, and if they actually do click it and that link does what it's supposed to do, it sends them off of YouTube.
Yeah, and this is something that we recommend for smaller channels. Once you get the ball rolling and momentum gets larger, or maybe the purpose is to use YouTube's traffic to actually drive people into a sales funnel or something like that. But in terms of like, I want to grow a channel, when you're new, think about what you're putting there and be very intentional about it. Now, I can't see this channel, so I need to zoom this up. So my tip would be...
You want to see any...
let's see if they... Let's just look for the general, like pinned comment. See if they've got that. Thumbnails look great, by the way.
So it looks like it's all Adobe Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
So it's all pro lessons here. Let's do this. Let's go over
Just
here.
so you got pinned comments.
And I'm seeing a lot. Look at all these good things here. I'm seeing
good,
that
man.
this is pushing towards this particular video here in the card. When I get to the end, I am seeing, I just want to see a plot. I've got two here. Let me see what that card is. There's something you might want to recommend there, D. I'm seeing there's a card as an end screen. There's pinned comments. I just went over one. Hold on. One of the things that D and I talk about, can you explain this, D? When we get to the end,
I can't see it very well.
These are two different end screens right here, elements here. And when I look at and here is the card, which is to a third different video. And when I scroll down, I'm going to look at and see what he's got up here. It's a completely different video, it looks like, that's not... So he's pushing in many directions. You want to give any input on that?
I'm going to let you give the input because you have the data that shows exactly how you did that in order. So if you want to actually pull up that data really quick, I know we're supposed to go through this fast, but this is so important.
This is one of the things that I would focus on. I know that sometimes you get, because YouTube has these options, you put them there and you think, oh, I'll just fill in the blanks. This is like, you've got a playlist here. This one is a playlist saying, watch these 3 videos. And maybe this one's best for viewer. And you're going, well, I let YouTube figure out best for viewer. And then I use a different thing in the card. The problem here with that theory that when you're still a smaller channel and you're trying to grow quickly, is YouTube always uses viewer behavior, the traffic data, to decide what they're going to recommend to the viewer next. So putting all these different things means if one person comes along and clicks this card, they tell YouTube, hey, people who watch this video go off to watch this other video. If someone else clicks this end screen, it sends a different traffic signal. It says someone watching this video actually goes off and doesn't go to this one. They tend to go to this one. So you're sending all these different traffic signals, which is great when you're a much bigger channel. But like Dee said, when you're small, file them all in one direction, because doing that is what allows this to happen.
Yes.
That's what allows one video to start getting some momentum, and you see these identical traffic patterns where the first one might be in browse, they found it in browse, and then the suggested traffic of all the ones that start following afterwards do identical things. You're funneling them all in one direction. So think about trying to limit the focus. Put them in one direction. Don't give them 100 different options. Give them one option, so no matter what they do, all those different viewers send the same traffic signal back. Higher probability that you can actually start influencing YouTube's actually their own recommendations themselves.
Love it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you had that graph up, because that was the whole thing. I wanted to see that graph, how one leads to the next, and how the browse traffic ended up going to suggested. That's very important. So you went and you go ahead and move forward.
Advance.
And we went way longer on that than I planned on, but that was an important thing to talk about, and that's what we're here for. So the next thing to type in, just got a few seconds, it is pinned comment with no space in between. Give you just a couple seconds here. We got 77 people. We'll let that get up to like 80, and then we're going to spin it. Geraldo?
Let's do it.
Got just a couple people. 79. We got 79. We have 80. We got 80. We got 80. We got going once, going twice. Got 80. Geraldo?
Go.
Spin
81.
It. There you go. 81. Sold for 81. What's it going to be?
Christina Gomez.
Congratulations.
Let me just get that person, Editondo. I'm going to get his channel into the final. There we go.
Okay, Christina Gomez. Daniel's going to pull your channel up.
So I'm going to guess that Editondo en minutos means edit in minutes. Was I close? Anyone speak Spanish out there?
Sí, señor.
Sí. Sí. There's a word I know. Christina with no H. Christina Gomez. Let me see if I can make sure I get the right. There she is. Boom, boom. Perfect. I feel like we've seen this channel here before too. Yeah, I love returning some. I love when people come back so that we can see improvement, trying to make things happen. Is she live right now? Look at she's multitasking.
What?
She's live right now, answering questions and here in the chat.
No way.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Click on that.
Well, let's go see. Am I gonna get it?
Probably.
There she is. Wow, look at her working right now.
Oh,
there you go.
I'm impressed. Multitasking.
I like people who aren't afraid to get in there and do it all. Let's pull up the wheel and let's see what we're going to look at. One spin, it's one strike and you're out. She's going to be like, I was busy working. I didn't even see what happened.
Yes.
What do we got? Optimized playlist. We talked about this earlier, so let's quickly check if our friend Christina is using optimized playlists in her content strategy. As I go down, I see that she's created her own new video. Well, she's got new video sections, but she's actually has descriptions under there. That's its intentionality. I dig that. Top 10 most watched. The top 10 interviews and mystery shows that have been received the most views on this channel, not including episodes. Okay. Shifting the paradigm. Pre-recorded shows about a variety of mysterious topics with guest interviews and also streamed on talk radio, blah, 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 blah. Strange news and weekly review live stream. Weekly news highlight show focused on strange and mysterious news of the week. I don't know that they're... I don't know if they're the perfect packaging, but they are definitely optimized. She's trying to put them together in a way that makes a lot of sense. So what do you think, Dee? I think that's a win.
I think that's a win.
Advance.
She's not paying attention anyway. She doesn't know she just advanced.
And she's like,
all right.
did I win?
All right, the next word to type in is cards. We've already went over cards. We've explained what they are. So go ahead and type in that word just the way you see it. Okay, this is great. So Alex, the Gamer Boy Entertainment, makes a comment, and I see comments like this all the time. People leave comments under my videos referencing certain things, and I know Daniel's seen this. As I'm looking at Daniel's channel, and he has more subs than the main Streamyard channel. Does that mean he's superior to Streamyard? The answer to that is yes. Next. No, Daniel, can you want to explain to them like how subs matter and how they don't?
Yeah, I got to be honest with this. Subs is one of those things. It's a vanity metric that we cling to. I think it's an interesting metric that lets people know that you've been able to connect with a certain amount of people in the community and that they've chosen to earmark your channel so that hopefully that, they'll come back and watch more of your content. But don't get wrapped up in that. One, because I'm in a completely different niche than the Streamyard channel. The Streamyard channel is specifically here to talk about the Streamyard product and teach people how to live stream effectively to have professional looking live streams. That's a different niche than my channels. And although I do live stream, my goal on my channel is to teach people how to make better edited content and learn how to grow YouTube channels. So it's all about my journey being a content creator and showing them the things I've learned along the ways and the things that I've gone through. So completely different targets. So the number of, you can't compare the sort of apples and oranges, and we haven't been on the platform for the same amount of time. My channel is much older than the Streamyard channel is. They're a newer channel. So one of the things you just want to think about is the targeting of that. The only thing that's cool about subs is as you get more subs, it opens up some functionality. So when you're brand new, there are going to be some features that you may not have. And as you gain more subs, it opens up some different functionality. But beyond that, the only channel you should ever compare any channel to is themselves. We're always trying to do that thing where we improve our channel. I'm trying to be a better channel than I was this time last year. And if I can do that effectively, that's my goal, then that's who I compare myself to. And that's what you should do with every single upload. Don't care about subs. Go, do I seem to be growing the channel? Do I have more subs than I did this time last year? Do I have more people watching my content now than I did last month? Is my new video that I put out today doing better than the video I put out 2 months ago? Those are the things we really want to pay attention to.
Yeah, and there's other things too, like what's the actual goal? You might look at a channel that has, let's just say 2,000 subscribers, and you might say, you don't have a lot of subscribers, but guess what? They might be a full-time creator. Those 2,000 subscribers, they might be getting just enough views to drive people into a sales funnel where they're profiting $100,000 a month based on their business. Like you can't just look at subscribers and make a determination on how somebody's succeeding because you don't know what's going on. You don't know the niche trend, how long they've been going, etc. Daniel and I both know someone who's doing extremely well that's making a whole bunch of money. I almost said a name. I almost put somebody on the spot. I'll just say somebody doesn't have a really large channel, but they're absolutely just cleaning house in terms of how they're driving people into their sales funnel and getting business from their channel. So don't look at subs and think that's the end all be all. Also, go into your data. Look at the percentage of subscribers that are actually watching your videos. For most people in here, a lot of people are not going to have a lot of subscribers that are watching your videos. It's probably, if you're growing, it's probably going to be more non-subscribers who are actually watching your videos.
Well said,
somebody
Dee.
on blast. Yeah. All right. Ready, Geraldo?
Yep, do it.
Let's go.
I know who you were talking about, too.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah.
I'm going to message him later on. Did you hear what Dee said about you? Tamara Simons, I know Tamara. Let's see what we got going on here, Tamara. Bum, bum, bum. Now.
Yeah, this is right too. Or they could be fake subscribers.
Yeah, they could be. Let's see. All right, Tamara. Now, I am going to do nothing. I have the channel here. I am going to pull up the wheel. Tamara, who is a battalion member. She's a newer channel, but I'm expecting great things here. Don't let me down, my friend. Look at this. Free spin. Add that on. We're going to spin it again, but she gets a free spin. So if she gets this one wrong, she gets an extra spin.
Yep.
And it couldn't come at a better time as the eliminated comes up there.
Oh my goodness.
That
Are
was
you
a
serious?
wah, 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 wah. But she gets to go one more time with that free spin. Boy, the wheel is being very friendly and also being evil at the same time.
The wheel giveth, the wheel taketh away.
Man, brutal.
Yeah.
Okay, end screens. We've talked about this enough. There
talked
should be
about it.
end screens. Tamara, do me a favor. Don't let me down. Let me see. Let me see what you got going on right here. This was, let me see which one I want to look at. I'm going to go with Unlock Real Estate Success. Let's go with this one, the second one in. And I'm going to look for an end screen element. I'm going to go to the end. I really want to see when this video ends that this pushes towards another video. I want to see one. Please pop up on screen. Come on, Tamara. Come on. I have faith in you.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Oh, man, we're getting awfully close. We're getting there.
Oh,
no.
come on, come on,
Come
come on,
on.
come on.
There it is. Oh, man.
All right.
Advance.
I'm not going to lie. I was really nervous on that.
I was getting worried. So, Tamara, you're going to be advancing into the final round. So let me get your name into that final wheel for the end of the game. Starting to fill out here.
Thank you for your creative ideas and learning of other channels. Happy to help. We're here the second Saturday of every month here on the Streamyard channel. And by the way, if you guys are not live streaming yet, you should absolutely get into live streaming. You can use Streamyard. That's what we're doing everything on today. There's a link below. You can use them for free, up to 20 hours for free per month. Link down below for that in the description.
Yeah, and there's some other really great shows here on the Streamyard channel other than ours where we do this fun game show talking about how to grow your YouTube channels.
Ours is it. This is it.
This is the only one you need to show up for.
This is the only one you need. No.
On Sundays,
Great
which
shows.
is tomorrow, is StreamYard does their own Ask StreamYard show, and the two guys who actually built and developed the product sit and talk to you about the new features, answer questions. So you get to actually talk to the guys who built the software and continue to build it. So you can ask them all kinds of questions, ask them how to use the features, learn about new things, make suggestions. So if you have any questions about how to use this software or even how to get live streaming using StreamYard, that's a great show to go hang out in with our friends Gage and Dan. They have a great show, Ask StreamYard.
Stop by tomorrow and say, Dee says, why do you still not have dark mode on StreamYard?
Right.
Let them know.
Just go spam them.
Yeah. Oh, Eric, man, I hope you're getting better, dude. You're an old guy like me. It's a little bit hard on us.
Which
get well, man.
Eric, which whiskey do you use to try to kill the COVID virus? I don't know.
The answer to that is yes.
It's like single malt.
Yes. Which one do you use? Yes.
Double barrel.
All right. Geraldo, you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. That's right. Dark mode everything.
All things dark mode.
Yeah, there are some great shows. Wrongly Right. Awesome
Wrongly
name.
Right.
Yeah, they've got some other. Yeah, all the shows on the channel are awesome. Subscribe to the channel. Lots of great tips on here. Lots of great videos that go up.
Okay, there are actually two Wrongly Right channels. This is the one with the check. Okay, the X and the check at the same time. Got it.
There are two Wrongly Right channels. Therefore, one of them will be wrong.
I usually would have picked the wrong one, but this time I happen to be wrongly right. So now we're going to pull up that wheel and see what it is we're going to look at on the Wrongly Right channel and let it decide for us. No free spin, no eliminated. So we should be the one and done here. Let's see what we've got. That Chapters is back. These stupid Chapters. Clear value proposition. We've explained exactly what that means. So let's pull up this channel quickly and see if we can find out if they have a clear value proposition. It says Wrongly Right. Not quite sure what that cool name, but I don't know what it means. Up in the channel, it says Now You Know. So I guess it must be an information channel of some kind. And then I start looking at some of the videos that are here. Why junk foods are delicious AF. How the rich get richer. Become limitless. Why do you feel bored? What if I told you TikTok is actually good? What do you think about this, D?
Let me zoom in and see. Scroll through. Okay. White the rich get richer. So, Wrongly Right. Now you know. Why you feel bored. What if I told you TikTok is actually good? Why are you so motivated at 3 a.m.? Okay, I like these. I dig these. I think it's just like a general information channel.
I think it's kind of like a neat, some of it is anyway. I like this, like, why do highly intelligence people feel pessimistic?
Yeah, I get that. I think these are really broad topics, and I think for a new channel, you might have to get a whole bunch of videos up there to really kind of start building some momentum. But I get it. I mean, there's no one focus other than just information. Right now, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm okay with that.
That's kind of cool. There's another guy. There's another guy on on YouTube who had a channel. Now I got to remember his channel.
I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going with this.
What was it?
All your questions.
All of your
all our questions. All our questions or all your questions? I don't remember.
I know. Let me see who this.
There it is. All our questions.
There it is. Anybody know this guy? Mr. Nick Nimmin, his very first channel was all about all of our questions, answering the world's most asked questions. So I would say to you, if you're interested in looking at a really good role model who built a really cool channel that kind of dealt with a similar thing, talking about diverse topics, but in a way that was really, really engaging, check out Nick's original channel from way back when, only 16,500 subscribers. So we know what we have learned today. Dee has many more subscribers than that. So Dee is a better YouTube content creator than Nick. We just answered that question. That was the one question that Nick didn't ask and we answered.
That's right. You heard it here first. Say my name. Say my name.
Advance.
So let me get wrongly right into the final wheel. Wrongly right. What do we got for the next word they're typing in the chat, my friend?
All right. Next word is go live.
Go live.
Next word is go live.
Links down in the description for anybody who's interested in going live and trying StreamYard. You can do up to 20 hours a month live streaming free with StreamYard.
All right. Go live. We'll let just a few more people.
Live.
Yeah, so that was a fun channel. So when Nick first got started, that was his first channel, and I remember. So I was the cameraman for some of that stuff.
Were you?
Like when he jumped out of the plane, I didn't jump out of the plane with him because I broke my foot, but I was filming some of the stuff when he was on the ground and some of the stuff when we're in China. That was a fun channel working behind the scenes and some of that stuff.
I like some of the topics. Why do feet smell? How to fix smelly feet.
Yeah.
Were you in that one?
Yeah, we really going to do that one? It was fun, just, watching his progression, just like yours, right? Your extreme food reviews. Like it's fun watching people go through. Like we're starting on this, learning how to do it on this, and we end up transitioning into something else. I love that. I think it's cool.
That's so true. All right, we're at 94. You ready? You want to spin this thing?
Let's go, Geraldo. Let's go.
I love finding creators that I really like when they have older channels and I can go explore.
Yeah.
See their roots. The Star Wars obsession. Gotta love it.
Wonder what this channel's about? We're not gonna know until we look at it. Great name.
Wouldn't it be great if it was like completely something opposite? Oh, no, it's Star Trek. All right, here we go. Man. Star Wars obsession. I'm gonna leave this right here and I'm gonna pull up the...
Do you watch The Mandalorian? Been getting into Mandalorian?
Oh, of course, yeah. I watch everything.
Did you watch Andor? Man, I really loved Andor. Andor was slow to get started, but boy, I got into that. Holy cow, that was good. Good storytelling.
Yeah. I literally, because I have such weird sleep, I might think, because there's sort of, nothing's really, the Mandalorian just started up again, but I've also been watching Picard to go completely different direction. So, the new season of Picard is fantastic.
Zach doesn't like Andor. So here's my thing with Mandalorian. Grogu is so adorable. And I'm gonna put this out there to the world. So if anybody can make this happen, I told my girlfriend that if I'm able to give birth, I would as a man become a mom and give birth to Grogu. I love that character so much. I would give birth to Grogu. I love him. Every time I see him, he just pops up and my heart just explodes. So I would be a mom for Grogu. So
yeah, you don't want a father. You actually want a mother. You want a birth.
Would mother Grogu. Yeah, like that's how much I love Grogu. I would mother Grogu. Yeah,
you heard it here first.
Yeah.
He
just makes my heart explode. I just, oh my God.
I think that would make other parts of you explode. That's a big point of your ears.
We're not going to talk. I mean, look, it's a Star Wars world. We can do that there. We can do that in Star Wars. I just love him so much.
It's great.
Yeah.
Let's see, cleared thumbnails. Let's pull up this channel and see if we've got cleared thumbnails or not. The Star Wars obsession. All right, I'm going to go right to the videos tab, take a peek here, and let's see. Well, why don't we throw this one to the chat? We haven't done this in a while. Grogu's mom. You need a shirt that says Grogu's mom. That's awesome. Grogu's mom. We'll have a song. Grogu's mom has got it going on. So this is the thumbnails. Let's throw this to the chat. People, let me see if you can see these all right. I'm going to try to scan over them a bit. Do you think that these thumbnails are clear? If you found these in the scroll somewhere on YouTube, would you understand what these videos are about just by looking at the thumbnails?
Oh my God, there he is. Bless us. Look at him. Look at him. Oh my God. Look at Of all the cartoons, all the animations, all the creatures of any show I've ever seen, nobody has ever done. Like, I just see Grogu, and I'm just like, number one, instantly in a good mood. And number two, I just like, oh, I love that little guy so much.
There we go. Some drama right here. James Earl Jones or artificial intelligence. I know the backstory there.
Careful, buddy. Careful.
Looking in the chat right now, I am seeing thumbs up, a row of thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell us what you think in there, everybody. Another thumbs up. So far, the chat seems to think these are, this is pretty good. They seem to think that they understand what these thumbnails are about.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not going to argue with the chat. If they say it's all right, if we got a winner, then we got a winner.
All right.
Advance.
I believe it's time for the final spin.
Are we at the final spin already?
We are at the final spin.
Let me do this. Let me put the Star Wars obsession into the final wheel.
Grogu is cuteness overload, isn't it? I just can't handle it. Whoever designed him, oh my God.
It is great.
Incredible.
It was such a smart,
what a great play
of the story. The way they did it was really great.
So Grogu in The Mandalorian is, so my girlfriend was never into Star Wars, but that show came out and she's like, oh my God, I love this. So we're fighting over who's going to be Grogu's mother. And now, we've gone back and watched all the Star Wars stuff. So that was like her introduction to Star Wars. So yeah, they knocked that one out.
Are these real conversations that happen around the Nimmin dinner table? I want to be Grogu's mom. No, I want to be Grogu's mom.
Yeah, we've got adults fighting over, neighbors are listening to like, what is going on?
What is happening
Grogu's
over
mother. There? Yeah, that's how we roll over. All right. Do we have the final?
We have the final wheel here. So we're going to spin this once, and whoever wins right now from this spin, what we're going to have you do is pick any item you want from the Streamyard catalog of merchandise. We got to get a Grogu in there. Look at that. Yeah, you're no kidding.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's spin it and see who our other... We have one winner who won something along the way, and let's see who our final winner is today.
Who's it going to be?
And it looks like... Procedural Nodes 3D. Procedural Nodes 3D, congratulations. So what you're going to do is... Megan, tell them what they're going to do.
I'm going to have you email me at megan@danielbatal.com, and I'll get you hooked up.
Perfect. And I'll have her put that into the chat. The spelling of Megan can be done like 9 million ways. Hers is the simple one, Megan. Megan@danielbatal.com, and we'll get you hooked up. Boy, it's a lot of fun today. I've learned new things about you, Grogu's mom.
Yeah. That's one of those weird things I didn't really want to put out there on the internet, but I'm just, I was in the moment.
I like it.
It's just I was in the moment and running with it. So
I can't imagine how that will ever come back to haunt you in the form of memes.
You know what? I regret nothing. So, Mr. Batal, let everybody know where we can be found every second Saturday.
We do this show the second Saturday of every month here on the Streamyard channel. We've been playing around with the times a bit. We used to do it at noon. Sometimes we do it at 11, but it's usually somewhere in that midday, 11 to noon Eastern Standard Time. So we're trying to find that right spot for it. Poor D, it's midnight out, past midnight out there.
It's almost 1:30 a.m. here.
Nice. So see, we're always trying to find a time that works for both of us. But please join us. I hope you guys got your learn on today. Please join us next time. We have to thank Streamyard for being so wonderful and allowing us to do this thing here. And thank all of you for playing along and making this fun.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like Daniel said, second Saturday of every month. Great seeing you here. If you learned something, if you had a good time, if you had a laugh, give us a thumbs up. It lets us know that we're on the right track. Or give us a thumbs down twice. That works too. Mr. Batal, thank you so much. Megan, thank you for chiming in. Everybody, thanks for hanging out with us today. We appreciate it. And we will see you next time.